Give us our future, the knowledge is far. Watch us take you to a future bright on the line. रोशनी आए
A very good morning, students, and welcome to the day third session on advanced digital concept. We are in our week third, and we have the theme of talking about the advanced digital concept, which is very relevant to the real world situation today. All the topics are very important and conceptual in order to understand and generate interest about the topic. So in this week, we have discussed about information technology, what is IT, the broader picture. Then we discussed about one of the portion of IT, that's artificial intelligence and machine learning, where we try to understand what is AI and what is the relation between AI and ML. Both are different things, different concept. But everything AI is like umbrella under that different types of techniques are used. So machine learning is one of it. We try to understand. Today the topic is about the data science, which we will be exploring more. And this is one of the most emerging field as on today in the field of IT, in the field of in the basically in the IT process. This topic and this field is most trending job which is happening today, right? But the base of this job today, the people are doing, yes, they are doing the certification courses. They are doing the lot of skill certification courses after they come out from the college and after they come out of the graduation. They do courses and they try to apply for the job. But it is very important that the age bracket where you all are today, you need to understand what is data science and which all subjects can help you out or which all topics can help you out in making sure that your career can be filled up, can be built on data science, right? So before I start the discussion about data science becomes like part of two different words, right? Data and science. Now, science is something which you must have gone through it. Science is the way to finding the answers by observing the things, right? Which is around the world. It involves like you can observe something. This is science, natural science, right? We observe something. We try to collect some data out of it. We analyze the data. We analyze the pattern, and we draw some conclusion based on some evidence. That's a complete science all about. And science has got different types of science. Some is natural science, which comes under the physics, chemistry, and biology. We have got applied science, which is there. In the applied science, we have got the different engineering, medicine, okay, environmental science comes under that, right? We have social science is there also part of the science where also we are observing the things, we are analyzing the thing, um, we are trying to analyze and conclude with the answer or predict some answer. So now, in the terms of data, because data is the new fuel of this 21st century, the data, nobody has expected this big the data can increase in the world. And it is very important, this topic is very important for all the future employers, right? So I'll just give you some example that how this topic is relevant for the future employers. I'm putting some images in front of you to make you understand why this is so trending topic today. This particular slide will give you a lot of answers. Okay, now, now I'm talking about some of the your favorite uh, industry or field, which is the images which is showing on in front of you. They all are looking for they all their businesses model are today truly depends on data science. Okay, so these examples which is showing you maybe definitely will help you to understand about how the industries and professions, different professions, drive businesses, decisions, improve the customer experience, and optimizing their own internal operation with the help of data science. Okay, giving you one perspective. Later we'll go in detail about what is data science and all. Giving you one perspective of Netflix. Okay, or Netflix or anything, so like Amazon Prime, Sony Live, or any kind of OTT application you can talk about. They all definitely wanted that maximum because they all have their independent platform. They all wanted the people who are subscriber who are the part of these things. They should only watch the movies or the content on their platform. Okay, they because their business depends on that. So for that, they may try to like the more you watch movies. Example, if I watch movies on Netflix, it tries to count a lot of hours which I spend on Netflix. Whether I just open and I close it. Okay, what made me to close it? What kind of scrolling I can go and what kind of movies I wanted to go for. What kind of recommendation comes to me? Everything is the art of data science. It tries to capture all the customer experience and it tries to give a lot of personalized content to a person so that maximum time you can spend on Netflix or any other platforms. Giving you the example of Make My Trip. Now, Make My Trip is one of the, you know, that it's a travel, like a travel agent used to be there earlier. Now it is having the online travel websites, whether it's a Make My Trip or Goa Ibubo, or there are different platforms are available. Now, in the Make My Trips also, the on the different you have seen that on the different seasons there are different packages they are building up, and if you are looking for the flights and you are looking for the hotels or anything like that, it tries to always give you the discounts with they understand, okay, maybe you are looking for you have searched earlier, it gives you some automatically some discount, some messages comes to your mobile phone. So this is happening by their data analysis only, because it's not only that I am the user of that one platform, there are millions of users who are using it, and everybody attending everyone is a very difficult task, right? That what is the preference of a person or the customer, I can say. So what these companies are doing, they understand and they use the logics of data science, the engineering process, and they try to analyze what is the preference, and then based on the preference, they try to market it. Okay, that's the reason most of the businesses looking for. If you take the example of Coca-Cola brand also, they try to analyze not only Coca-Cola brand, you can talk about any brand for that matter, whether it is for the clothing industries, or Puma, you can talk about anybody. They try to understand, okay, which month we have got maximum sale, which month there is a decline in sale, what could be the possible reason for that, and based on that decisions, they are doing a lot of internal decision making. That okay, supply should be increased, supply should be decreased, production to be increased, production to be decreased. So all those things, what is going right, what is right, that has been done. Okay, now you have seen that on a very peak season, the platforms like Flipkart or Amazon, Big Billion Days, and other things are coming up. These all are the examples uh, which is catering the larger audience to come to their platforms, and they try to market it. Hence, today, uh, any organizations, they all wanted data to be used very judiciously, and they require a talent who can understand the data, the analysis of data in the detailed picture. What kind of analysis I will share today in the session, because like my one of my friend is working in very reputed company also, and he is a data science engineer, and he has shared a lot of input that what exactly he do in their organizations, right? practically what exactly the activities they are doing it. And trust me, I wanted to share such input to you so that you'll have the clear picture. Okay, if this is the career option which I wanted to prepare for it, what is the subjects which I should ready, and what is the actual role of that person, right? So, in the image which I showing on the screen, the intent is tomorrow, whether it is government, whether it is now government also today. I have gone through the news yesterday that there is a survey is going to happen in 2027. Uh, that's the caste survey which is going to happen in India. That totally is happening on digital platform. The days are gone when it is happening in the manual method, going in the house and counting it manually. Now everything is so transparent. It is happening on digital platforms, and based on that, the government is also be able to know that in that survey how many people are there in the country, what kind of support they require, what kind of solution they require, and lot of decisions they will be able to do it. So it's not only about a private organization, the government, any organization tomorrow require the data to be analyzed. Even I'm talking about the schools, colleges. Okay. Now I'm just giving example of a college also. So let's say that it's a college. A college wanted to know that okay, the students are getting a placement in the sorry, the students are getting the placement, right? Every year they're getting the placement. Which company is coming every year? Students also wanted to analyze the data, right? When you go and choose the college, you wanted to know as a personal preference that which college I should go, where is the highest placement, where is the education is good, the result is good. The students goes to the school, they also checks the what's the score, what is the result of the school, maybe last 3 years how they are doing it, next year what could be the possibility. So this is how you are able to take a decision. You are also able to take the decision by seeing the data only, right? No doubt, you are just showing the raw data which is there on the screen, and then you are able to take a decision. But a businessman cannot just take an opinion based on the raw data. They require a person who can transform the data for their purpose and use for their day-to-day activities. Even today, the base level I'm talking about, in the base level, every individuals in every organization, they use the data, they work on data. The data is everywhere, and they do the basic analysis also. Example, if I'm talking about the teachers, also in the schools, they also have got the access of your marks card, right? The coordinators have got the access of your performance of every years, how you're performing. And based on your last 2 year result, there could be a chances that schools are also taking a projection that, okay, what could be the result of the next year? If your performance is going down, they contact you, right? What is your, why your performance is going down? Right. So these all analysis is a part of the data. Okay, something has happened base level, something has happened very big level, right? And we need to understand this art completely. So today's topic is completely based on data science. And trust me, this topic is not only helping you in a day-to-day life if you get a skillful. You're not. It is not only helping you in the day-to-day life, but also you can understand the role of data in the real world. And in the future career also, it will help you out. So we'll try to understand the concept of data science. It is the part of artificial intelligence. It is not something which is very new, but it was there from the long time. But because of AI has come into picture, because the information technologies, the internet and the data is increasing so long, the data science relevant is becoming more and more. Okay. Now you have seen that recently the Ahmedabad flight crashes happened. Now everybody is dependent on the data, right? What happened to the like the data in the black box, right? Now black box and model which is there, that is also the kind of insulated machine which is there. That is also designed by the companies like Honeywell and other companies. They have done it, and inside it they are putting a complete SSD where each information of the flight, there are multiple kind of information about the speed of the flight, about the communication of the in the cockpit. There are many things which has been discussed there, and plus what went wrong, what is the system which is getting failure. All those information is there in that place, and that machine is then sent to the company who is making up like creating this kind of machines. It goes to them, they decode in the next 10 to 15 days, they'll come out with the complete conclusion. They will share with the aircraft, they'll share with the government, and analyze the entire situation. So you can see that how it is important for everybody, right? And hence, that's the reason the projection, the increase in the job in the field of data science, the talent which is required is increasing every day. This is a result which is showing up that demand for the data science position uh, will increase by 41% in the next few years. And a benefit of data science in India is definitely in the field of healthcare advancement. Imagine there are different in the you have seen the COVID during the COVID time also. The data plays a big role and it has helped in many kind of facilities providing. Example, whether it is talking about oxygen cylinder in the different states, or government has to get a complete stats what happening in different states. Okay, so in the healthcare, in the patient records, what kind of medicine is most required, what how we can increase the supply chain of such medicines. Okay, how we can provide a better uh, experience for the patient who is getting admitted, the feedback from them. So healthcare side, the data science plays a big role. Even the healthcare application development, economic growth of the country. Decision making is the one thing, because decision making is not just an opinion. It is something which is, if you take a decision making without any data in the hand, it's just an opinion. Okay. For example, if in a school management has decided, okay, let's build up this basketball court, and now the most of the students in the school wanted to play cricket, okay, or they wanted to play table tennis, okay. So if there is a survey is done in the school, and the data is come in the hand of the school management can also take informed decisions that, okay, yes, the demand of the students is this, and how I can provide the right solution in the hand of the requirement based on the feedback which I get from the students, with the parents or details, right? So lot of decisions could be done only on the right decisions could be done based on data. Okay, smart cities and infrastructure. In many cities, this data plays a big role, whether it is generating in every minute the CCTV cameras data. You have got the metro data, where the metro has to be constructed. It talks about, it takes a survey. Everything's everywhere it is, the role of data is there. Okay. Now, this has increased in this year, last 3, 4 years. I'll tell you the reason after this 2014 why the requirement has been increased so big. I'll tell you some analysis here. You understand this. If 1 byte data is A, right? 1 MB data, that's megabyte data. Okay, you have seen that 1 MB data today. If I'm talking about any PDF file, it could come into the 1 MB file. 1 GB data. What is a 1 GB data? If you can have almost like 1000 plus PDF file in your computer and your mobile phone, it can cover 1 GB data. But example, if your parents have got mobile phone or you have got a laptop or something, your laptop capacity is 16 GB. So what happened? The 16,000 file is required, or PDF file is required in the machine. If now, this is not only the case. Example, if you are in your house, there is a function, the marriage function is there, or something is there, and then somebody has done the recording, the video recording. The video recording itself is of 10 GB or 16 GB. If that has been there, your memory is completely get full, right? Now, that means 16 GB is also not good enough for today's day-to-day work. If in now latest mobile phones which is coming up, if you click a one photo, the high quality photos are also coming in the size of sometimes in the GB also. Okay, so the thing is, the mobile phone also requires that things, and then 1 terabyte. If 1000 GBs, 1024 GBs are there, it converts into terabytes. Okay, where you have got 1000 GB. Then 1000 GB. Okay, people think, okay, 1000 GB is very good enough. But if 1000 TBs are been 1024 TBs are been there, it converts into petabytes. Okay, 1 petabytes. Okay, imagine the size of data. What is the data analysis? If 1204 petabytes is there, it converts into 1 exabytes. Okay, and 1 exabytes. Now, the situation of today is every minute what is happening on internet is Google, Twitter has got, let's say, 400 million tweets per day. Emails are 1 million almost mails has been sent. IBM has estimated that 90% of data in the world today has been created in the past 2 years. Google processes more than 24 petabytes per day. Per day, can you see it? 24 petabytes. What is petabyte? This one. Per day. You can see that 1024 TB is 1 petabyte, and 24 petabyte means a lot for one day. And if you have account in the Google or you are using last 10 years data, forget about one day. What should be the size of 1 month data? Have you imagined it? What could be the size of 1 month data, 1 year data, 2 year data, or 3 years data, right? So where these data are getting stored, okay, we have got some solution in our hand. We have got pen drives, right? Pen drives we insert, it is having maybe the 4 GB of size or 16 GB of size. We put an external hard disk, it has got 500 GB or maximum 1000 GB or 5 terabytes. Okay, now imagine the companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, big companies, they all have got data in the petabytes per day. Okay, where their data are getting stored, what could be the size? So see, the size is definitely not a problem. The size, they can fill that this kind of building, you can see it. If this entire building they can fill it with the complete servers, they can store it. But data is increasing every day. What is the solution for that? So hence they find out some techniques, the algorithms, in such a way that data can be compressed, okay, and compressed and created almost like one-fourth of the data size. It creates like that, one-fourth or one-tenth or one-twelfth size, smaller size of data, and they process the information and keep it in the machines. Okay, so that algorithm, okay, that is also part of the data science. Okay, that how we are optimizing the data, how we are transforming the data completely in the machines. So that is also the activity which has been happening. So technologies like Hadoop takes care of the big data. Okay, now example, you upload a video on the Facebook, you upload a video on the Instagram. After 10 years, also, when you wanted to watch it, it is there. It is not storing in your mobile phone, but somewhere it is storing. Somebody is having the hard disk where they can, or the SSD drive where they are storing it, or the servers where they're storing it. And you are not only the person who is the user. There are millions of people. So where these data are storing and what is the techniques, what is the algorithm which is helping to store the data in the place? That's what is the overall data science all about. And then if such data are stored in some place and then from there the company requires a data on some analysis basis, they wanted, okay, now every day we have got this many data stored. Now how many user from India have used, how many user from US have used, okay, what is the favorite websites they have gone through, okay, what kind of downloads they have done, okay, what kind of posts they are, how many people have liked the post today. Now these many data, it requires a data engineer who can who can search for the data, hunt for the data, and find out a transform data, a presentable data which can be presented. Okay, the transform data, presentable data will be presented, and then the company has got a different kind of people like data scientists who can understand this data and project, okay, what is the next approach. So if whether our space are getting full, we should open a new data center. Okay, so such things, the decisions has been made, and companies are making a big business today. And it is not only about, I'm talking about Amazon or Google or Microsoft. Today, any startups, companies, when they start using their company, they all store their data on the cloud, okay, on the online storage. And imagine every company's the data, government agencies' data, where it is getting stored, how it is, who is having that big servers, that rooms, right? So that's a complete understanding and concept of data science, that how the data goes into the system and how we can transform it for a usable practices, how we can analyze it, and how we can take an informed decision based on the information. And who will do that? The question is, who will do that? Such data, such big data. Simple data is fine. who will do the big data. So for that, a company is hiring the people, and trained people finding is little difficult job. So companies always find out if somebody has already done the certification, or company hire a people and they start training under them. But these trends will also go out in some years because they really wanted a skilled employees, okay, who can actually already certified, already have got their logical thinking, interest on data part. And the way data is increasing, it is something which is going to be big. So data is raw, right? Data is raw. It is unorganized fact until it is transformed. Information add context and meaning to data, okay, making it useful. So example, you have scored in English 24, maths 92, science 78. That's the data for you. When it converts into information, when we are trying to process it and we understand that what is the overall marks you have got, whether you have passed, you have failed, that converts into a information, right? And slowly it converts into the knowledge where we have tried to understand the reason why after the knowledge, after data converts into information, okay, that means okay, we conclude with the data. Then the question comes why the knowledge generate from there, that why your performance is high or low. What is the reason behind that? That part comes under the knowledge segment, and wisdom, that why you should improve and why you should grow. So making better decision using what you have learned so far. So knowledge is understanding gained from the processing and applying the information, allowing you to understand how things work, right? And wisdom is the highest level, is the ability to use knowledge to make informed decision, understanding why things are the way they are and adapt to complex situations. So always your teachers always ask in the classroom, right? Ask a question. So why, right? So that's the one of the important questions. And these are the four important elements which is helping you in understanding the data and what is the different levels of data. Okay. For example, if data, what is the meaning? It's a raw fact. Example, your marks in each subject. Information, it is the organized, meaningful data. That means your total, your average, your score, your subject-wise analysis, everything comes under that. Knowledge, understanding the pattern of reason, realizing why marks is varying for different subject-wise. Okay, why your maths marks is low, why your science marks is high, what is the reason behind it. Maybe you are taking tuition, maybe you are not taking tuition, maybe you are having other habits in screen time, maybe you are doing what. So what is the reason behind it? That analysis is important. How's your day habit look like? And wisdom, making informed decision for the future ready decision, changing your habits and to improve, right? So it gives you suggestion, it gives you prediction when you reach to the wisdom level. Okay, so these are the four important concept of data science. And in the data science also, it is having the past information, all the information which has happened in past, whether it's a data, information, and knowledge. This all comes under the past event. And wisdom and decision is the future prediction, right? Same thing applies in the method of data science. So data science is like solving mysteries using huge amount of clues. That's the data. The more clues you gather and analyze, the better decision you can make. Okay. Why we need data science? I think you must be clear with that picture, that because today's data is too big, it cannot be just holding on the pen drive or in the cassettes, nothing, right? Registers, the manual registers. Imagine the schools also. Earlier, the schools were maintaining all the records in Excel sheets, in the registers. Okay, how much student is doing the fees, they write in the Excel sheet. Later, what happened? They try to move into the digital format, maybe the Excel sheet. In the Excel sheet, why? Because registers, it is very difficult to find out the data. Okay, you have to keep turning the page and then to find out the solution of Excel sheet where they can maintain the data, raw data. In Excel sheet, they maintain data. Then later, the Excel sheet is also not giving them the optimum result. Okay, and then they transform into after Excel sheet into some software, right? And then software may not be give them the optimum result. So they go with some kind of data analysis tools like Power BI, okay, or online platforms. So that is that is the way of analyzing the data. So now, the data which is there in the client server, normal server, you can see that how the data are getting stored in the school also. It goes from the school systems to the file server and it goes to the local storage system. Okay. Now, data are also stored in the cloud. From the cloud, data are stored in the data centers. It looks like this. The image which is showing up this is one of the example of data center of one room, but the big buildings are full of this. The big office of data center of Microsoft or data science center of Google. If you go and watch it, or you have seen the internet, right? What is going to happen is in this kind of centers, there is a big data's requirement is there, right? So that's how the things are going to work out. Now I'll just go ahead and talk about every minute tech platform collects data and analyzes in in the terabytes of data. And why the requirement of data center has come into picture? Because data centers provide the cooling process that because datas are running up, right? It requires a cooling, it requires a backup. If something went wrong, they have always an external server where the backups has been kept. They have got complete cabling, environment monitoring, infrastructure they provide the storage, they provide the server, they provide the softwares, everything they provide it. And today, that's why there's the reason Google Cloud, or we talk about Microsoft Azure or Amazon AWS are doing a big deal in this, right? Their main earnings are happening because of this data centers. Now we'll talk about, do we need data science? Okay, why not we use register or Excel, right? Because you've seen this example per minute, minimum 24, now as per today's data, as per 20 petabytes data per minute, it's been done by generated for Google, YouTube, 30 TB per minute, almost like 43,000 terabyte per day. And this is the example I showed you, Meta data, Make My Trip data, and they all use the different storage process and techniques how to store the data, right? Because data hierarchy, I told you already that how data hierarchy works, right? And which all tools helps in the data is tools like Teradata. Now, my as I told you, my colleagues, my friends, they all use the tools like the bigger tools for the managing the big data. Okay, which is not just coming in the rows and column format, which includes a lot of videos, photos, documents, right? So tools like Teradata, Hadoop, Informatica are used, and data is now too big. That's why it's called big data. We need a fast processing, automated insight, and accurate prediction. So imagine if an Excel sheet itself has got 10,000 rows. You require some data to from out of the Excel sheet. It takes time. Okay, when you're going to filter it, we're going to find out data. It's taking time. But imagine the case of like in the exabytes of data per day. Okay, from there you have to take the data. You require a very fast processing, and that kind of processor computers, not a normal laptops cannot handle it. So it requires that kind of servers where data are stored and the engineers who can use the techniques to find out. So what these tools are basically do is they try to extract the data from the server. That's the first thing which they do it. These are the things. They example the data are you are using Facebook, Instagram, and anything. It goes and stored in the server. And later, what has happened? Insurance data, everything is stored in the server. Then what happened? The people used to extract the data first. That is the one thing which is happening. The data extracting is important. That what is PDF file, what is raw data, what is PDF files, what is the different files. Extracting is important. Once it is extracted, let's say it is coming into the one kind of format, then they try to transform the data for better decision making. They transform the data based on the requirement. Let's say client wanted to know that what is the sales we are going to do for the Puma for the next year? How many people have purchased? So what they'll do is first they try to get the data of all the sales, all the increase of sales which has happened in the Puma, how many people have liked the social through going through the social media website to their store, how many people have walked in, how many people have watched their online website, how many have gone via Amazon, how many have gone via Flipkart. So the data engineers will try to get all this data extracted in the different places, and then they transform. They'll the transform means there's a situations will come to them that which platform has given us the best data. Okay, that kind of information it is coming up to them, and then once they do it, they move the transform data to the data repository so that the other individual or other people who can read, the business owners can read the data properly, data scientists can read the data properly, they can extract from there. So it is used in all the sector, whether it's education, healthcare, retail, sports, or entertainment, which I told you already. The three major career option which is there in the data science. Number one is the business analyst. Number two is business analyst, or we can call data analyst. Number two is the data engineer, and number three is the data scientist. These are three various, the most important job profile which is happening in the world. If people should be able to analyze the data, should be able to do the transformations and extracting using the queries, and there should be a scientist who can actually have the overall who reach to the level of wisdom, who can be able to predict the future data also. Okay, so business analyst basically talks to the business people and helps making the informed decisions, okay, about the data. Like example, they can talk, business analysts can talk, help Flipkart understand why sales dropped last month. So they talk to the businesses, okay? That kind of profiles are there. Data engineers basically stores the data, cleans the data, move the data, all those things they do it, okay? And they make sure the data are stored in the proper backups, they make sure that the data are saved properly for the later use, right? Data scientists are the people who use the advanced techniques of AI. They try to use mathematics, coding, and stats to find trends, right? They predict the future. Like example, if Ola is running in Bangalore, they try to find out, okay, what is the peak hour when the people are maximum, they try to book a cab, what time we can increase the service. Okay, this is one of the analogy which is we try to make you understand about these three job personalities and what kind of roles are there. Like business analysts are like ACP Pradhuyan, who is from the CID and who understand the business problem, who understand and defines the goals, right? Data engineers is like Inspector Avijit, who collects and stores, prepares and organizes the data, right? In the real case, also he's doing like that. And data scientists like Dr. Salnuke, who analyze the data deeply, builds model, and make smart predictions. So if you have watched the CID episodes, you must have seen it that how they work. Okay, one person is investigation officer. One person is the leader who actually talk and who talk to the client basically, who understand the problem, who talks to the client or the public. Okay, that's the ACP. And later it has come to the forensic department. That's and for the detailed picture, who has got more skilled, more knowledge, more techniques. So data scientist is someone who is having the more things, right? So the stages of data science process is like data collection. They collect data from everywhere, from sensors, from websites, from multiple forms. Data cleaning removes the errors or blanks. They find patterns, right? They discover the hidden insights. They forecast the future trends and suggest what next to do. These are the different processes which is there, and the base which is required, okay, which is important for doing this entire thing is mathematics, right? You need to understand more on statistics, the coding. If you want to go into the data scientist level, then yes, coding level is required. That's you can use the Python as a base language. Then communication, right? To explain your finding, it is important the communication we have to look into more. Curiosity, keep asking question. That is important for this field. Teamwork. Without teamwork, this profile will not suit anybody. So when I have got analysis from my friend, I just show you a very quickly the same example. Let's say how these people are working. Let's say flight sales analysis by Make My Trip. Okay, we'll just try to simulate the environment. Example: in January, February, March, there is an online booking, there is an app booking, there is agent booking. Okay, of flight booking. So online booking in the month of January was 220 people has booked from the online websites. App booking is 180 people, and through agent who has got the Make My Trip login, they from there it is booked by 50 people. Total sales happened in the January 450 crores, 400 crores, and 395 crores in the first quarter. Overall, 1245 crores is the benefit which they got it. Okay, but because the data science has got a lot of data of the last year, also they compare the last year data. Last year was 1500 crores. Okay, now, what has happened? There is definitely a decline in the sales. Now, I cannot say that maybe decline has happened. Maybe person don't have the they don't have requirement to travel. That answers will be very vague. But data engineers has to give a very accurate and identified answers. What they do is they try to find out first what is the drop rate. Drop rate is 17%, right? That is 255 crores is they have lost this quarter. Okay, they also observe that agent booking has been dropped more than 30%. Okay, when they analyze the data, and app booking is also slightly declined. So, what could be the reason? They try to diagnosis the process, and they find out in the app maybe the increased fare lines. Okay, that could make it lower. Some fewer holiday breaks are there. Customer reviews has been dropped. That means maybe on the Make My Trip applications, maybe on the website, people are not giving the positive feedback. Review has been down. App performance issue, app is hanging. People have not finding it well. So they try to and computer analysis whether computer has given a better rate than us. So they data engineers actually gets the data or scientists gets the data from all the possible areas that what is the reason for this drop. Okay, and based on that, the drop thing, they try to also do the projection for the next year. Okay, that means next quarter how it will be, so that a company management will be very clear in the picture that what went wrong, what is the projection based on this, and what is the area of improvement we can make it. Okay, which all areas we have to do it. Blindly he cannot just reduce the price for all the areas, right? So this is the power of the data analysis. They do the predictive analysis. Okay, what we should do. So I hope today's topic, which I explained, try to explain about the data science, the concept of data science, must be clear to you that how data are increasing and how why this field is important for future, what kind of data are coming up. That's the thing which we try to explain. And trust me that we cannot also guarantee that this is the field which is going to be in the future, because the way AI, machine learnings are going to work out. They also will take a charge of data, some of the data science activity in future. But it is important that we can, right from our school days, we can focus more on our subjects. Okay, whether we talk about mathematics, which is the core of all those things, and whether we talk about the science. I think all the topic, English, every topic is every subject is which we are learning in the school days are somewhere connected to the future jobs. So yeah, you can focus on the study more and generate your interest, generate your skills in learning these topics, right? So with that, we'll stop today. Our next topic tomorrow will be on financial digital literacy. We'll meet up tomorrow. Thank you so much.